Hello, this is Karina from the third semester of Meteorology at the AAU-CPH with my first hand in for image processing. Our final problem statement for this semester is: to what extent will a story told through a multimodal AV production differ from a conventional non-adaptive AV production regarding the user's emotional experience? The part of this which is related to image processing is that we want to be able to detect the user's face, and according to how much they smile, we want to be able to choose the next scene for our AV production from that. The platforms and tools we have used for this project is the IDE code blocks and the OpenCV library, and together with that we have used the Open Frameworks, which is a toolkit that is used for creative programming. Now I'll show you our code and explain the image processing part of it, and then I'll show you how it works at the moment. So this is our header file, and we start by declaring three functions: setup, update, and draw. A bit further down in the code we declare two images, IMG and IMG2. Then we use the OpenCV library to declare Finder, Finder2 and Finder3. And the video grabber, and two scenes, scene and scene 2. Down here we have a bunch of integers. This one is an array with 11 elements, and even further down we have two more arrays which is made up by strings. And that's what we got in our header file. Now we are in the file called testapp.cpp. We start by defining the setup function up here. In this we define our variables width and height, or W and H, and the rest we set to 0 to be able to be sure what we have to work with. Then down here we run a for loop and we fill in our arrays, which in the end is going to be used for the movie clips, but those are not completely finished yet, and therefore we simply use something just to be sure it all works. In the very end of this function we defined Finder, Finder2 and Finder3. The first Finder up here is from the OpenCV library and is a set of parameters which will do the facial detection and will find the face in when we run the code. These two, Finder2 and Finder3, are essentially the same but are used in two different places. One for testing that it works and one in the final setup. These use blob analysis and look for the smiles on the face, which we're going to use to determine which scene to play next in the AV. The next function is update, where we update the grabber, and if there is something new it runs this, where it saves the image on the screen as image2, and then it loads it again. And down here it uses the Finder to find the face. The next image processing related part of our program is in the draw function, where we make a bounding rectangle around our blob and saves the crop in image 2, so we only have the face. The reason for saving the face in its own image and crop it is because then we avoid the background making fake smiles, for example from clothes or lamps or other things that have the same shape as a smile. Down here we draw image 2 and we use the second Finder to look for a smile. And here it makes a bounding rectangle around the smile, and in the end we'll be counting the frames, the amount of frames in which the test person is smiling, and from that determine which scene to play next. Now I'll show you our code running and how it works at the moment. So this is the one called IMG and this one is IMG2. As you can see, it makes a bounding box around the face here and crop it down here. If you then smile, it will show a bounding box around the smile as well. As you can see there. We want to run this as close to real time as possible, but at the moment it's lacking a bit and is a bit delayed. we're working to solve that issue, and when that is done we want to be able to use it with our AV production to create a multimodal production. That means that it will adapt itself according to the programming and how much the test person is smiling. So that was it from me. Have a nice day. Bye.